Sadiq Mohammed.
Following Pakistan's disappointing campaign in ICC Champions Trophy 2013, Amar Sohail sparked major controversy with a blunt assessment. He claimed that Imran Khan had, during his era, fostered a culture of ball tampering, arguing that it ultimately harmed Pakistan cricket by preventing the development of genuine new ball bowlers and technically sound opening batsmen. Before confronting the controversy of historical tampering, we must first understand one crucial thing: how reverse swing actually works. For reverse swing to work, the two sides of the cricket ball must exist in different worlds. One side, kept religiously smooth, polished after every delivery, dried in the crease of a trouser leg. The other, left to the mercy of the pitch, the outfield, the sun. This was not accidental. This was a team effort. Every fielder, every over, every session. The asymmetry had to be maintained or the art was lost. The pace. Conventional swing works at 70-75 miles per hour. Reverse swing demands more, 85-90 miles per hour. The threshold at which the air behaves differently around that degraded surface. Below that velocity, the trick does not work. The ball simply travels. This is why reverse swing requires genuine pace. There are no shortcuts. The angle. The seam must be angled, not toward the intended direction of swing as in conventional bowling, but away from it. The mechanics are inverted. The physics are inverted. Everything the batsman has learned since childhood must be unlearned at the crease, in real time, in fractions of a second. Imran understood all three pillars. And he understood one more thing, that none of it meant anything without a bowler who could actually execute it at pace, with late disguise, under pressure. He found that bowler. He found two of them. Once we've explored how the mechanism works, the next question is this: what's the controversy? Why did it become controversial in the first place? Khan acknowledged that during his playing days, bowlers sometimes interfered with the ball, such as lifting the seam or scratching it. But he argued that these practices were not unusual at the time and were used by others as well, without naming specific individuals. What makes it even more striking is that Geoffrey Act 3, the weaponization. The Sultans of Swing. If Sarfraz discovered the art and Imran systematized it, then Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis turned it into a weapon of mass destruction. They were opposites, but they complemented each other perfectly. Wasim was supernatural. There's no other word that fits. A left-arm fast bowler with a low, slingy action that seemed to generate pace from nothing. But what truly set him apart was deception, because deception begins before the ball is even released.
Oh, he's hit him. He went wide on that occasion, and that really must have hurt him. It's hit him straight on the elbow.
And have a look at this.
During his run-up,
action.
Wasim would switch the ball between his hands. Left hand, right hand, then left again. The batsman watched closely, trying to spot the shine, trying to read the rough, because that one detail could reveal everything. Wasim gave them nothing. His Yorkers were the stuff of nightmares, full, fast, unplayable. They arrived at the base of the bat as if the laws of geometry had been quietly suspended. And when the old ball began to swing, late in the final moments of its flight, facing Wasim Akram became an exercise in controlled panic.
Waqar was different. Waqar was aggression, pure, unrelenting, explosive pace. His Yorkers swung late and struck hard. Those who faced him described it simply: violence, wrapped in elegance. The ball aimed straight at the toes, arriving before the mind could react, before the body could move. Together, they were unstoppable. A partnership that could dismantle entire batting lineups, and in the summer of 1992, they brought that storm to England.
Act 4. The Accusation. English Paranoia. The Pakistan Tour of England 1992 wasn't just a series, it was disruption. Wasim Akram, Waqar Younis, old ball, 40 overs in, still swinging, late, fast, ruthless. England didn't understand it, so they didn't study it. They questioned it. Ball tampering, cheating. Repeated, loud, proven, never. No charges, no evidence, just disbelief. Wasim called it English paranoia because there was no curiosity, only suspicion of something they couldn't explain. One voice broke ranks. Geoffrey Boycott. They could bowl England out with an orange. Pakistan won the series. The accusations faded. But one thing was undeniable. Reverse swing was real, and England had no answer.
But let me explain another thing to you that, in our country, a club bowler knows how to reverse swing the ball. You don't have to reach the test standard, you don't have to get there. And it's.
Do they know how to scratch it?
Act 5. The Hypocrisy. Murray Mins and the Mirror. 13 years later, the Ashes 2005. England's greatest summer. They win, they celebrate, and suddenly, reverse swing is everywhere. Australia notices, raises questions. This time, England doesn't accuse, England defends. Years later, the truth slips out. Marcus Trescothick admits it. Murray Mins, sugary saliva, used to keep one side of the ball shining. Not rumor, not accusation, a confession. Same effect, same signs, different reaction. In 1992, Pakistan was questioned. In 2005, England was applauded. And that's the mirror, because others had already crossed that line. Reverse swing is genius at its purest, and temptation when it isn't. Reverse swing is a mastery of aerodynamics. It is no more cheating than a leg spinner using the rough of the pitch to turn the ball. The illegality lies strictly in the method of preparation, not the movement of the ball itself. Reverse swing becomes illegal only if the physical condition of the ball is altered through prohibited means. This is known as ball tampering. As long as the ball is maintained using only sweat and the natural surface of the ground, it is one of the greatest spectacles in Test cricket.